cover up all the edges, make it nice and smooth like. And at that time is a good time where you could probably get some of your foam that you may have, a large piece of foam, or not foam, excuse me, or material, absorbent material, sponge of some sort. This is a high density sponge foam material that I got from just installing some in my studio, and had a lot of extras, so I use that as the cushion for the neck brace. At this point is a good time where you can start to build the actual control arm lever, which is going to be connected to your head. At one point, I have a piece of carbon fiber rod here, very pliable. What I want to do is I want to cut this probably into a nice 10-inch section, and that will be the actual control arm that mounts on that, such as that there. I found the best option for this is to get a regular Bic ballpoint pen, unscrew this here, so I just have a pattern basically. Let's use this as a pattern right here, just as so I can outline it. I just basically made this like that there. Make two of them, because we will need two of them. Cut these out. Once you cut them out, you should have a little tiny piece that will be one side for this little control lever. Now what it is, what you want to do is you want to cut them out. You get a piece of your dowel, put the dowel in between them, and you glue it. You don't want a lot of glue in the middle, you just want them on the very ends. You want to bend this up to where the dowel can move freely through here, but the glue sets on both sides. Once I do that, then with the glue gun, I just go around it and all the little corrugated holes there, and I fill them. That way it makes it super strong. And right here I have a 3-point magnet that you can find in any hobby store, Hobby Lobby, something like that.
So this video right here is just going to show you how to put it together, the headband. The headband connects to this here little magnet and sends all the controls to the select controller. So basically, now this is where our rubber comes into play. We have that 11-inch piece of rubber from the bicycle inner tube. I'm going to use that. We also have a small piece of cardboard. This is probably about a 1-inch by 2-inch piece of cardboard. What you want to do basically is with your straight blade, your razor blade here, get your razor blade. We just want to cut out a piece of cardboard with that same, with the dimension of 1 by 2. Very easy. Here's your cardboard right there. In the center of the cardboard, what you want to do is just cut a little slit right down the center of the cardboard, just like that there, down the center of the cardboard. With our piece of hanger that we had a bit earlier, we want to bend the hanger to make a kind of a I guess you could just call it a little tiny metal little cage right here. What's going to happen with this here is it's going to slide over your cardboard in the slit right there, Should look very similar to this here. Right here on the back, all you want to do is hot glue this. A couple of little dabs of hot glue right on here, right on each tip here. Let that hot glue set. You want to make sure that it is pointing, your cage is pointing straight up in the air. So vertically, straight up even. Just like that there. Once that's finished, with your rubber piece, you should have your rubber piece, you should have your other piece of cardboard with the slit in it. What you want to do is you want to center it in your rubber piece right here. Make that same length of slit in the rubber piece, just straight down the middle. And this is going to be the actual headband part. Once this is done, add some glue just around the cardboard on the small little cage, pulling this over, pulling it over just like that there. As you can see, now we have the starting of a headband. So this should be glued right here, this should be glued in here, the cage should be sticking out there. Next, I have a piece of bungee. You can use any size you want. This was a pretty thick one, but I like it like that, so I'm just going to use that because it's I've got a big head, so it'll fit nicely. Now what you want to do is get your bungee cord on one end of the piece of rubber right there. This is where you have some ties. You need some ties for this. Work pretty good. I guess tape would work as well, but ties are going to give you a little bit strengthier hold. On the very end of this, you're going to want to, of the bungee cord, you're going to want to put one tie, and this is going to be kind of like a stop, so when it is in here, if it were to pull, then it would not pull out of the rubber piece. So you want to put one on the very end. I'm not going to do that just because I just don't need it right now. But now what we want to do is want to pull this fold this rubber over the bungee, such like that there. Just fold it over with another tie. Just tie this off, just like that there. Put up to 2 ties on one end, so you'll have two, one here, one there, and that will make a complete band. What you want to do is you want to do the exact same thing to the other side. And there's going to be your headband right there. Now, to make it a little bit more softer, just get those cushions. If you have some extra cushion or foam lying around, and cover up those metal parts right here with the hot glue gun. I would maybe shape them down a little bit, make them a little bit flatter, just enough so that they cover these. Here is a actual completed unit, so you can kind of see what it looks like. Here's the actual complete one. Now, with that magnet that you had, it's the slide tracking, magnetic slide tracker. We'll go right on the very end of that. So what you want to do basically is, once you have this all set up, you'll need a little metal piece that should have came with the magnet. What you want to do is just put some glue, hot glue, right there on the very end of here. With the metal piece, lie it flat on the table, turn this over, and keep it vertical, and let that glue set so that it makes a nice secure setting, such as this right here. That's pretty much the headband. It's pretty easy to make. Once this magnet's on here, then you know that this is the slider that goes on the little tracking lever there, little lever stick, and then this is where you're going to get your movements from your head. So, yeah, there you go. There's the headband. Hope that showed you how to make that. Pretty easy to do. There you go. Alright, let's take a little quick look at this cage that I made for it. I hadn't seen a cage on any ones that I've tried this head tracker before. I decided it gave me a little bit more support for the actual unit, and it set it at an angle on my back that worked really well with the headband. So what I did is I just took that 1/4 inch dowel by 36 inches, and I made some cuts I made a 10-inch cut for my vertical stabilizer, or whatever you want to call it. So I did the vertical ones first on both sides. Then I did a smaller little piece that connects from the front of the unit right here on the cage, just kind of giving it a little more support. Then I did the cross supports right here. I used my line, ran it on the cage, ran it down to keep it center. That way it stays center in the middle of my back, doesn't sway to the left, doesn't move the device to the right or the left. The cage I really like just because it just sits really nicely on my back, snug, does not move. It just adds a lot more support. So there's the cage. Right now this project is pretty much done. You should have everything put together. This is a good time if you want to paint everything up. I just painted it black just because the cardboard wasn't looking all that fancy. Either is this, but it looks a little bit better. So there's the working head tracking unit. All the trims work. Tracker arm works. Here's the neck strap that will lead down to your radio. Here is actually the neck cushion right there. See, it just puts a little bit of cushion right in here, make them nice and soft. It's all ready to go. So there you go. I hope this video shows you how to do this if you're looking to make one. I'm sure you could put your own influences on your project and do it pretty much any way you want it. This is the way I did mine. Hope you enjoyed, and peace.